All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to some more DayZ. Sun's going down. We might be able to make it back to the halfway point in time. We might be and beat the darkness. You peeped that can of mystery meat last video. Before I cut the video off on the shelf, left it right where I left it. So I got the soda from. That's okay. Let's head on back. We might be able to make it back to the halfway part, the halfway mark in time. We might be. So hit the boom. Hit a right. Try to get there before dark. Then we'll have some din. Make some dinner. Yep. But anyway. Okay. So what do you do when you spawn in? I'll tell you what you do. Okay. When you first spawn. See in that house, in the last video, I pointed out a peacoat. You want to find a peacoat, ideally, best insulation, something with, high best insulation. But, all right, beggars can't be choosers in this game, all right? This is a survival sim. And when you're trying to survive, you can't be picking and choosing until you're already established, like me. When you already got a gear, you can pick and choose then, because you're good regardless. You're good regardless. Well, I need a sewing kit. I ain't gonna lie, a sewing kit and some duct tape or something. Cause we got into some skirmishes with the infected, and I ripped my clothes up, affecting my darn insulation and ish, one like that. And it looks like a storm is a brewing. Look at that. You gotta be able to read the skies. All right, read the skies. All right, after you find that pea coat and a deal pair of pants. These are cargo pants. Why would you want these? Because you get more. Now, they did nerf the inventory space. Like, you used to give away. Like, the field jacket used to give you, like, 42 slots, like the field vest. Now, they nerfed that in half. They cut a lot of stuff in half, it seems like, to make it more challenging and less OP in meta. So, cut a lot of stuff in half, but nonetheless, we're good. Run multiple things. If you want more of a lightweight, if you really want to be advanced, don't run a bag at all. You can only carry what you fit in your pocket. So, if you're going that route, you have to eat and drink as you go. Still plant your food. I recommend plant your food. Find a nice apartment with a garden or find a house. Usually a house will have some space for you to plant your garden, plant your garden. All right. Put in your seeds. And what you can do is log off about an hour. Now, I know most if you see videos on YouTube, they're gonna break down the time it takes to harvest different fruits and vegetables. Yes, zucchini is a fruit. Seeded, stuff like avocados. Avocados not in the game yet, at least at the time's recording. Who knows what they're gonna add on that desert map? I know we're gonna probably be able to farm cactuses or something. Get something like a prickly fruit, like on Arc Raiders, something. I know we're gonna be, and I know we'll be able to plant gardens there because it's hot. The temperature will allow. That's gonna be another summer map like Livonia. That's one map I need to play more on, but that's more of a PvP map. I'm more PvE, so statistically speaking, it makes more sense not to play on it. But just for, from a tips and tricks standpoint and a survival standpoint and running other routes and knowing the map, just in case I play with people who wants to play on that map and I'll have a nice tactical advantage going in with my squad mates, maybe I should play it. But, none to each his own, nonetheless. Anyway, who knows what we'll be able to farm on that, and it's a desert map, so we should be good. Maybe they'll add dates into the game, because, dates originate from, like, desert regions, Middle East and, like, California. Dates are delicious, bro. You gotta do Medjool, Deglet Noir, Bari. Bari, to me, is the best. I haven't tried every single variant on the planet, but out of all the variants I've tried, Barhi Barhai, however you pronounce them, are the best dates on the planet, especially when you pair them with almond butter, pecan butter. What's that company? Would you Nutso? I think it's called. Where pretty much is upside down. That way the oils travel up, so you don't have to stir as much. I think that's what it's called. They got a mixed like coconut, almond, pecan. It's delicious. That's like the best thing with dates. Oh my gosh, dates pair very well with nut butters, bro. Long story short. Oh my god, I'm kind of getting off topic. It's supposed to be what do you do while so I'm trying to run down the line like I do all the time. What do you do after you spawn? We spawn in. Okay. Once you get all that done, yeah, you can argue that this what should be done first. You could I was gonna say find food, but I told you to find warm clothing first. That's what I said. You can argue that because someone would say, well, I would find food first, and that's cool. That's cool. You might risk freezing to death and catching cold while you do so, but that's cool. All right, I understand because your character is a hungry hippo when you spawn in. Yellow, you're kind of hungry. All right, you do spawn with a piece of fruit, at least on Janaris. You spawn with a piece of fruit, you want to nibble off of it. You want to nibble off of it. Don't eat it all up at once. I know you might be compelled to gobble it all up at once because you're hungry, but don't. Nibble off of it. You know, find a fountain, down some water, that'll stave off the hunger a bit. Do not travel around this map dehydrated. Please. Please. You wouldn't do that in real life, although, let me take that back. People do. People think they're hydrated and they're not. Drinking juice and chemicals and no, you're not hydrated. You drink at least a half a gallon of water a day. Please, just get at least a half a gallon. If you can't get a gallon or two, at least a half a gallon. Man. Structured water, ideally. H3O. Watermelon juice from actual watermelon, not punch-flavored watermelon from punchland.com or whatever the fudge, you know. Actual watermelons ran through a juicer or blended into a smoothie. You know, go with that. Okay. All right. Anyway, like I was saying, as far as this goes, don't be running around dehydrated. There, I found like what is it? The Fanta in the greenhouse last video and drunk it. You can do it that way, but again, don't rely on random food and drinks the whole time. Maybe when you first spawn in, you get a few just to get you going. Get yourself set. Get you enough energy to get to the next town. Get you enough energy to where you make you get a long stick and a rope, make a fishing rod, dig up a worm, find a knife. Although I think you spawn with the steak knife, at least on Sakal you do. Dig up a worm and then start fishing. You now have your first bit of food. Nibble off of it till you get some more. Or you can sit there and fish. Although when you're fishing, because it happened to me, you run the risk of somebody running up behind you and killing you. And then they're gonna take your loot and your food. So just be wary of what you're doing. Everything can cause you to be a sitting duck. Farming, you know, planting your food, you're sitting duck. Or I don't know. Someone left. I think I saw a comment. Oh, I don't know if I would be fooling around with a garden out in the open. Okay, you don't have a choice. Okay, you can choose not to, but and you can choose to starve too. I didn't have a choice. It's like, well, okay, I could have waited. Probably somewhere more secluded out here, where it's less of a risk. But you're still out in the open. Look, someone could be back there, watching me right now, right? Okay. I get it. I saw that. I think that was a zombie, though. I saw that. You saw that head? It like ran back there real quick, but I think it was a zombie. Towns like this have runners. I don't see any zombies laying in the road. Usually when you see zombies laying in the road, that's a telltale sign that there's another player near. But I think we're good. But yeah. What's this? Didn't collect a okay. sign there's another player in here. I think we're good though. I think that was a zombie. I feel like we probably would have seen him by now. Another good sign is a player in there if you hear gunshots. That's an obvious sign that someone's near because they're shooting off a gun. Now, you don't know what they're shooting at. They could be shooting at another player. They could be shooting at an infected. They could be hunting. Now, there are ways to tell that. I guess if you count the shots and then the frequency of the shots, you can tell if the player's hunting. Look, we're getting hungry too. Just in time. It's about dinner time. The frequency of the shots, you can tell if the player is hunting or fighting zombies. And I learned that from you guys, you wonderful people. Someone left a comment and said, "Hey Raven, he was hunting. Shots, it was only like one shot, 2 shots in between or something. Like he was hunting or fighting infected. He wasn't PvPing another player." Like I can't remember what season it was on, but someone left a comment and said, "Hey, Raven, he was hunting." And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You can tell that just by basically you counted the shots. I didn't even think of that. Right? What is that noise? Sometimes wildlife spawns in these hills. Like I said, I didn't even think of that, but now I know. And it makes sense because like we came from the central airfield, right? Usually, if in PvP you'll hear blah, 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 you'll hear exchange of shots in a rapid formation. Even if someone's trying to, switch and reset, you'll still hear. Like you can just tell it's PvP if you really listen. So the guy had a point, but like I was saying earlier, you don't really have a choice. Everything makes you vulnerable. Stopping at the water well makes you vulnerable. Like I said, don't learn where the wells are. Download the I Survive map to tell you where everything is. Pick a route. Learn where the wells are, and fill your bottles and pots up. I might drop this bottle and just drink from the pot. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. But filling up that water bottle, you'll be, that goes back to the point of, I don't know if I'd be standing out there fooling in the garden. You don't really have a choice. My point is you don't have a choice. There's always a choice, but then there isn't. All right? It's like, are you going to starve? Or are you going to die of dehydration? I don't think so. So you would go to a fountain, find a fountain, and so you're going to be sipping unless you have a water bottle. Pour the water out. Do not drink. Oh, that garden is still there. Empty, but it's still here. Do not drink water you find already in the bottle. Pour it out. It will make you sick. Unless you have chlorine tablets or some type of disinfectant. Same thing, I would boil. Oh, look at that, it's perfect. Perfect. In about like 45 minutes to an hour, these will be done. Mountain backpack. That ain't mine. I think that just spawned there. But I think I'm going to hunker down here. But see what I was doing there? I was vulnerable. If he had a sniper, he could have picked me off. See these hills? I can't see all the way back there. But a sniper can see me. You understand? So it's like no matter what you do in this game, it's risque. Alright? Chop this down. Get a wooden log. I don't really want to chop it down. I just want the log. Please don't chop the tree down. There we go. I just want the log. Boom. Saw it. Make a fireplace. Boom. Hurry up. I'm gonna run this back in here before it gets damp. If it gets damp and gets soaked, it won't light. All right, so we're gonna drop this here. Sometimes you'll make a fireplace out there, which again makes you vulnerable, but you need to make a fireplace. You absolutely have to feed yourself. Unless you're raw like me. you can't just eat the raw food, but I like to cook it sometimes. Anyway, boil it, bake it, rather than fry it, because if you boil it, it retains the water, and again, you get like it's a double whammy. You get hunger and hydration, satiation when you boil food. Like I got some there, but I'm gonna make a fire to keep warm. All right, so got the logs. The logs are the best, last the longest. Got our rags here. We'll split it, and then we're going to craft fireplace. It's just that simple. All right. After you've properly, maybe you got your first fish, you fill it up on water. Hopefully, you found a water bottle. All right. This is what you do. Boom. You create a fireplace. Find yourself a hatchet, some type of bladed weapon, either sticks or, as you saw, a log, and then crafting, chopping up the firewood. Or you may be able to just farm firewood from the tree without having to chop off the log. You know, those it's really them trees with those dark leaves and they're like mid-size are good for that. Where you can just farm firewood. It'd be nice to be able to farm firewood from an actual the actual logs that sit out in front of the house, but you know, I digress. To each his own, right? To each his own. Let's see. Long stick. I could run all the way up here. Get some more firewood. Those are just sticks. We want firewood. There we go. See what I mean? You can farm firewood from these little mid-sized trees. That's one. Need more than that. I end up chopping it down, but that's okay. Thought I had, the shovels in them. That's right, the shovels equipped. It threw me off there for a second. And another telltale giveaway. If he sees that down tree, it's gonna give away that I'm in here. I'm gonna make this fireplace, and if he sees the smoke coming from the chimney, that's another telltale sign I'm in here. But you know, let's get to the point where you can't play scared, bro. It is what it is. It's about the dark. This house is gonna illuminate, so anyone coming up this path is gonna see me, and we're ready. To be honest, we're ready for anything, or most anything. Hopefully, more likely, no one's gonna come up because no one travels this route really. No one travels this route. And hopefully if someone does, they're by themselves. They may or may not be friendly, but my attitude's a bit different than this from the Arc Raiders. It's like I've been screwed over so many times, I don't really want to take any chance. Alright, so like I was saying, I'm going to wring this out. Wring out your clothes so they'll dry faster. Alright, other pro tip is, well, you saw me make the fire, you want to make a fireplace. Like I was saying, you got your food, and you got your your water, which I hope you sanitized, by the way. All right, either with chlorine tablets or, like I said, just pour the water out. Find a fountain in town. You have the I Survive map. I hope you've downloaded it off of your chosen, whatever app store. To tell you what the fountains are, go to a fountain, fill up. Down, it's gonna take I think two bottles to fill up. You down it till you're full. All right, down it till you're full. All right, we'll have some pumpkin, tomato, and potato. All right, that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Eat it till you're full. Fill up. All right, but after that, while you're fishing, you might get lucky and fish out a pot. Keep it. Hopefully it's not badly damaged or ruined, but keep the pot. The pot is meta. That's what I have. You can just basically do a giant, look at this. This bad boy has, where is it? Where are you, buddy? I just saw you. I just had you. There you are. 12 slots, bro. That's a lot of food you can put in there, regardless of how much. I know some foods take up, like a fish take up 3 slots, I think. Right? 3 slots? Vegetables only take up 1, 2. Fish take up like 3 slots, I think. I can't remember by heart. But it's still a lot of food. And you can do a massive seafood boil, do a massive boil, potatoes, fish. You can mix it up, man. Mix it up. Put it on there and cook it. Right? Ate the pumpkin. Peeled potato. Let's eat that. Straight veggies. And you get a heat buff. See that plus? We're eating, relaxing, vibing, talking, chatting, chilling. Chilling like a villain, waiting on the killing. Right? The fudge was that? What was that? Bro, my heart dropped. I'm sitting there talking. Imagine we sitting there chilling and talking, and all of a sudden, boom. I was like, bro, what the fudge? We ain't even full yet. I'm eating dinner, bro. What the heck was that? Was it a chemical bomb or what? And this house is lit up like a Christmas tree because of the fire too? Bro. So what was that? I can't tell. It's usually a chemical bomb or something like that. It wasn't a PvP grenade. You know, that ain't that loud. And I didn't hear the. It may have been a helicopter crash. May have been. I don't know. One cooked tomato. Alright, so basically I cleared that out. So when that finishes in about like 30 or 40 minutes, we'll that finishes about 30 or 40 minutes. I'm gonna fill this pot back up with pumpkin and zucchini. I think that's all that's there. I didn't even plant no tomatoes. I think it's just zucchini and pumpkin. But yeah, I'm just sit here and chill and warm up. I think we should get like another one, maybe 2 pluses, because my clothes are pretty much almost ruined. They're damaged. So we're probably just going to get one more heat buff, if that. It doesn't seem like... There we go. There we go. Get one more. I will probably log off and log back on, though. I'm probably not going to sit here the whole time. Wait for those to grow. I'll probably log back off and log back on like an hour. Give those plants time to grow. And it's nighttime. The night cycle's a long time anyway, so I better off, logging back on. I might log back on before the hour, see what's there, and just harvest what's there. Because it's different times for different vegetables and fruits. They're not all 45 minutes. So I think the shortest one's like 25 minutes. I think that's potatoes. I think. I don't know, pumpkin, zucchini. I think potatoes is the shortest, I think. But potatoes are not in that garden. Potatoes is in the other garden that I left, right? All the way down. And that garden's probably cleaned out. You can't tell me out of a week no one's been back there. Everyone watches YouTube. Someone's been in that spot. But see, that garden is still there. It was empty, but it's still there. That's a telltale sign. That's like, man, don't nobody really travel this route like that. Somebody came through here, though, because it's empty. Unless... let me know down below if you know. Do they wipe, when they do like a server reset, does it wipe everything? Like if you plant something, does it get wiped? If so, then that's probably what happened. Can't say for sure because I wasn't there to see it. I wasn't playing that day. But if not, then someone just came through and probably ate it all. Good for him. That's fine. I have plenty of seeds. See? I have infinite food. Alright? Matter of fact, we need to hydrate. I'm telling you to hydrate. I haven't drunk water in a long time. We'll probably drink about half. I don't want to overdo it. Because, see, I need the rest of that water to cook my food once I harvest it. I'm going to drink all of it. I'll probably drink. And then I'll fill it back up once we get back into town. Up there it is. See that full? Boom. That's what you want. That's what you want. Want that logo. I almost took all of it, but I wasn't going to drink it all anyway because I need it for cooking. Yeah, plenty of seeds. I just want to show you. Boom. 9, 7. That's plenty. You don't even have to plant all of them. You plant two because nature provides, even in this game. They have it set up correctly to where you have more than enough. Boom. And always take one or even two if you want to out of what you harvest and harvest the seeds and add to this. Or if you have no seeds, harvest the seeds from whatever you harvest. Or check the greenhouse to find some plant and reap it. It's an endless cycle, bro. You will never go hungry. Okay? If you know the bright clothes and how to make a fireplace, you'll never grow cold. All right, my character's warming up. We got both pluses. I think that's like 20 minutes of a heat buff. All right, you'll never grow cold. You'll never grow thirsty. All right, stick with me. All right, Unc Raven. Oh, man, I had to. All right, I'm pretty much, I think we're warmed up. I think we're pretty much good. Nothing came of that loud explosion. Did it stop raining? Still raining. But check this out. See what I mean? See how it illuminates? He comes up the hill, he's going to see it, and he's going to like a moth to a flame. And I'm ready. Look at that. Look at that. See that? That's food right there. See them? Look at that vibrance. That's vibrant. That's moving. You get a good harvest. Being fed natural rainwater. I don't have enough water to feed them all anyway. I wish I could close this. I don't know if you can or not. I don't think you can. Let me put this out. I think if you close it, it hides the illumination. I know it does with the other stoves, but I don't think you can close this one. All right. Anyway. I think that's it. Yep. I think we're going to go ahead and hunker down here. Don't travel at night unless you absolutely have to. It's better that way. Just wait till the daytime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like and subscribe to the channel and series grow. There it goes again. Did y'all hear that? Man, if I was, I'd kind of be like I'd be kind of scared to sleep with one eye open, right? Sleeping shifts. Anyway, be sure to hit that notification button so you don't miss an upload. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace out.